Hey, good evening, college coaches. This is Coach Anthony Williams, founder and CEO of Connected Athletics. We are a startup company based here in Austin, Texas, and we're focused on helping student athletes successfully transition from high school to college and then either into their sport professionally or into a job after they graduate from college. Before we get started with our guest tonight, I want to thank our sponsors. First, Go Edit Graphics, a great graphics company based up in Nebraska. They help high school and college athletic departments with their outbound communication using these great graphics and images of player spotlights, game results, any type of outbound communication to their fan base. So shout out to my guys up at Go Edit Graphics. Also want to thank Buffalo Wild Wings. They have taken a very strong presence in showcasing student athletes here in Texas and across the country. So shout out to my boy Brian Soltis for helping us out there. And our last sponsor is I Am Epic. Epic 24/7 is their Twitter handle. They have these great graphics, not great graphics, they're great sports apparel. They do uniforms and jerseys and gloves and caps and masks. You'll definitely want to check them out. So thanks to my sponsors. I really appreciate all the support you're giving us. But now let's focus on why we're really here. This young man I got to know back in the fall when I was picking the players for the 2020 FBU All-American game, the freshman All-American game. Tonight we've got Rio Hay. He's a class of 24 athlete. He's a receiver. He's a tight end. He can play outside linebacker. He's right here in Central Texas at Dripping Springs High School. He's got good size. He's already 6'2", 190 pounds. He's got a great GPA, 4.0. You can see his Twitter handle, Rio Hay 1. Rio, how you doing this evening?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to sharing your story with these college coaches when they see this. Let's just jump right in here. First thing college coaches want to know about is your academics. You're rocking the 4.0 GPA. Tell these coaches about the importance you put on your academics.
I put a lot of importance into my academics. I come home immediately after practice and I get to work and make sure all my homework is in.
Okay. What are some of your favorite classes that drives the GPA?
Definitely history.
Okay.
It's probably one of my favorite things. Just love learning about that.
Okay. Do you have an idea what you might want to major in when you get to college here in 3 years?
Probably sports medicine.
Okay. What kind of career would you want there? You want to be a surgeon? You want to be a chiropractor? What are you thinking? Do you know yet?
I don't really know too much yet. I'm kind of thinking about a chiropractor or a physical trainer.
Okay, I like it. Good. Tell us, there's not a student athlete in the country that doesn't love playing in front of a packed house on a Friday night. But there are teachers, counselors, assistant principals that help us get there. Take this time to shout out somebody either at Dripping Springs or in middle school, somebody that's made a difference in your life academically.
Probably my youth football coach, Coach Brian DeMarco. Played in the NFL many years. He's really helped me through a lot.
Okay, good stuff. Let's talk a little bit about your family. Got a chance to meet them a little bit down in Naples. Your mom and dad, tell us what your mom and dad do for a living. Are they athletes? Tell us about your siblings. Are you the youngest, the oldest? Give us a little bit about the Hay family.
My dad is a pilot for Delta.
Okay.
And I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. One of them went to Texas State for football, and one of my sisters is going to the Air Force Academy for gymnastics.
Oh, that's awesome. So a lot of family of athletes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then, Rio, you've already got good size. You're already 6'2". I mean, where is this height coming from? Parents or grandparents?
I would say more on my mom's side, probably there.
Okay. Do you have some other relatives that are really tall?
Yes. My grandpa and grandma, very tall.
And just coaches always do this. We always ask, what is your shoe size? And do you know if your growth plates are still open?
12 and a half, and I do not know.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Let me ask you this. By the time you graduate from Dripping Springs in 3 years, what do you think your height and weight will be before you hit college?
I'm thinking around 6'3", 6'4", 230.
Okay. All right. That's nice. Those are good sizes. continuing on the academic side, college coaches want to understand about their players' learning personality. Would you consider yourself more of a verbal, visual, or hands-on learning style?
Probably a mix of visual and physical learning style.
Okay. Is your learning style the same, whether it's in the classroom or on the field with your teammates?
Uh, Mostly, yes.
Okay. All right. Good. Fair enough. Social media is a big part of recruiting now. I've obviously done your Twitter, followed you, and watched your huddle video. For college coaches that have not visited your Twitter handle yet, tell them, what are you putting out there? What kind of message are you putting out there about yourself as it pertains to being a student athlete?
Um, I'm just putting out, trying to show my stuff out there, trying to show why I should be a good college athlete for them.
Okay. Good stuff. And then you play three different positions. Obviously, you're a really good athlete with good size. Do you have an idea? Are you open to playing a certain position in college, or you want to stick to playing tight end?
I'm open to playing all positions.
Okay, good stuff. You guys had a great year at Dripping Strings. Tell us a little bit about the season you guys just had.
It was really good. We won a lot of games. We pretty much, I think we won district this year. Yeah, we did.
Okay, and then what about playoffs?
We were out the second round.
Okay, so that's a good season. That's a really good season. Tell us, you've got, like I mentioned earlier, good height and size, good athlete. What other sports do you play besides football?
I've been playing basketball a lot recently, and that's mainly it.
Okay. Do you plan on running track this spring or no?
I'm planning on running track next year.
Okay, good stuff. Good to know. We obviously got a chance to meet each other down in Naples at the FBU Adidas Freshman All American game. Tell us about that experience, about playing against the other 60 plus best freshmen in the country.
That was an amazing experience. I got to play against the very best. It was a very surreal moment for me.
Good stuff. Did you make new friends? You guys staying in contact once we got back from Naples? Tell us a little bit about the stuff away from football that you enjoyed.
I got to talk to a lot of people. I got to talk to Franklin West. He's a O-lineman from Kentucky. Jaden Davis, QB, absolutely amazing QB right there. But it was amazing to be able to connect with other top freshman athletes.
How did that change, if at all, your outlook for preparing for your sophomore season? Knowing that there's some guys out there pretty good. I'm one of the best freshmen in the country. How did that change your mentality a little bit?
Definitely kind of upped it, knowing that I walked in there not being the center of attention right there.
Okay, good stuff. Tell me, down the road here, when you do decide to commit to college, who's going to be involved in helping you make that decision?
Definitely Chuk Speed and my family and friends.
Okay. So you work out with Chooks, huh?
Yes.
Tell me about that. I've known him for many years, him and his talented sons. What is that like? Are you working on speed, quickness, footwork, or everything? What are you doing with Chooks?
Absolutely everything. I work with him as much as I can. Me and him have developed a strong bond over the last year.
Good stuff. Like hearing that. Okay. Hey, tell me a couple of what I call my favorite questions here, rapid fire. What's your favorite all-time sports movie?
Sports movie, definitely Longest Yard. Has to be that.
The new one, right? Yep. Mm-hmm. What about your favorite food?
That's cheese and crackers, always.
That's a first. Okay. Cheese and crackers. If you had a chance to be any superhero you wanted to be, who would it be and why?
Definitely Thor, because he's very adamant about himself. He's very confident.
Okay. That's a good choice. A great choice. I mentioned earlier all athletes love playing in front of a packed house on Friday nights. But tell us, to repay that gratitude of people coming to watch you play, what are you doing to give back to the Dripping Strings community? Are you involved in your church? Are you involved in nonprofits? What are you doing?
Currently, nothing at the moment. I just am right now focusing on getting back out there and playing.
Yeah, it was tough right now with COVID-19, but I'm sure, you know, I know that many high schools that go and visit the feeder middle schools and or the elementaries and read and stuff. So I know you'll be involved in those kind of activities. So that's good to know. Tell me, this is one of my favorite questions, Rio. What do you want your life to look like when you're done with football, whenever that is, whether it's after college or a 10-year career in the NFL? What do you want your life to look like professionally and personally?
Um, Probably pursuing coaching.
Okay.
I just always kind of wanted to be a coach, coming back to dripping and being a coach.
Nice. All right. Keep it at home. I like that. Hey, let me ask you, do you have a favorite quote? Not just a sports quote, but do you have a favorite quote that motivates you?
Um, do it right, do it light, do it wrong, do it long.
I like that. My dad maybe raised me on that quote itself. I remember times that I would sprint and try and get the lawn cut so I can go play baseball or football with my friends, and he'd say, "Up, come back and do it again. If you had done it right the first time, you wouldn't be wasting time." So that's a great quote to
Absolutely.
live by, big time. Real, tell me, you're a good athlete. You've been playing sports for a long time, I assume. Tell me your all-time favorite sports memory of yourself. Pop Warner, T-ball. What was one moment you kind of look back and smile and say, "Yeah, I did that"?
Um, Probably first snap of sixth grade football, youth football. Um, my quarterback tossed it to me on a wheel route, and as soon as I caught it, I stiff armed that safety and took it all the way to the house first play.
Nice, nice, nice. And on that, let me go another level. I mean, what moment was there a sports or a football moment when you said, "Hey, I'm pretty good. I have a chance to play this game in college"? When was that moment?
Um, Probably I would have to say sometime in my seventh grade season. There was just a span where I was doing really good, and I kind of thought about it, and I was like, "There's really something I could do right here with my athletic ability."
Okay, I like it. Tell me, do you have a coach? Will want to know. Do you have a nickname that your family calls you, your teammates, or your friends call you?
No, Rio is a pretty short name already.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. I like it. Tell me, what did you learn from this past season that's helping you drive your off-season training to get ready for next year?
Probably that All American game. I think I could have done a little bit better during the actual game itself, and I'm really just really amped about that and putting more into this off season.
Yeah, no, you definitely showed out down in Naples and showed your ability and great route running, strong hands, good blocking. You did a great job down there. Really, I hope you really enjoyed that because I enjoyed watching you. Let's switch over a little bit with recruiting before we finish up here. Tell these coaches what makes you a great teammate.
What I think makes me a great teammate is the fact that if one of my teammates ever need anything from me, I'm always there for them.
Okay, that's very very important. Rio, going into your sophomore year, what do you consider your strengths right now, and what are some of the things you're working on for next season?
I think one of my strengths out of the receiver, slot receiver, tight end position is that I can move my defender to where I want him for my route. And weakness, I'm working on it constantly with Chooks, is maybe my footwork, but I'm constantly working on that to improve that.
Nice. Okay, those are two good things to work on. Tell me, Rio, as an athlete, as a student athlete, what motivates you? Why do you do what you do? Why do you want to be the best in football?
Probably just to be able to show my community in Dripping Springs that I'm really there and be able to help my family out in the long run.
Okay, good. What family motivates you? Is there a tight end, slot receiver that you look up to at the college or pro level, and who is that?
Um, I would have to say Rob Gronkowski. Whenever I was in, I think it was this eighth grade, I was on team South Central. One of my coaches there, he said I'm kind of like a baby Gronk a little bit.
Mhm.
I just really admire that because he's an amazing route runner, and he can get down there and block this D lineman whenever he needs to.
Absolutely. No, he's one of the best. He'll definitely go down as one of the best tight ends to play. You know this already, Rio, that dealing with adversity as an athlete is big time and what makes you. Tell these coaches about a time in your life, either personally or athletically, or you had to overcome some type of adversity?
Probably this past season. And nearing one of the first few games, I pretty badly hurt my ankle, and I had to sit out a game and just focus on getting better. And then I was able to come back and go right back into playing.
Okay, good stuff. Usually your injuries are that type of adversity that we have to overcome. So it's good to know that you can overcome that. Tell me another big question that coaches want to know: how do you define leadership, and how do you plan on leading your team next year as a sophomore?
Um, how I define leadership is probably doing the right thing when no one's looking. I learned that from elementary school, 7 Habits. And how I plan on doing it is just going out there every day for practice and just showing out.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Tell me, let's talk about recruiting a little bit. I know you're still very early. You're class 24. What are some of the schools you're interested in, or conferences? I'm going to lock you in these schools. And how do you want your recruiting process to pan out? Tell us a little bit about that.
Um, I'm open to all schools around there. I'm really looking to just show my athletic ability and show that I can go to that D1 level and play. And how I would like my recruiting to go is to show that I'm the best athlete or tight end in the nation by the end of my senior year.
Yeah. The one thing I think, remember we talked about in Naples was how the tight end position is kind of like a dinosaur. Everybody's going 2 and 3, 5 wide, and no tight ends in the field. And there are schools that still very much have the tight end as the main part of their offense. Have you started to do a little research on what schools actually focus on and highlight the tight end position? Yeah, and if you have, what schools are those?
Yes, definitely. I think LSU is a great one. They used Eric Gilbert a lot, very well. Florida,
Mhm.
you saw that with everyone saw that with Kyle Pitts. He was just a beast out there. Iowa, I'm pretty sure George Kittle came from Iowa. He really showed out there.
Okay. And with the 4.0 GPA, a good friend of mine out in Stanford, Bobby Kennedy, I'm sure they would love. They focus their tight end there also at Stanford, and you have the grades again there. So it's good that you already kind of started to lock in on that because there's a lot of great schools out there, but some schools are so focused on getting going empty and going 3x2, and so it's good that you have that research already done. Tell us, Rio, tell these college coaches about how competitive you are as an athlete.
Extremely competitive. I take every single rep as another opportunity to show that I'm better than the person across from me.
Okay. And then tell us about your mental preparation. Obviously, the higher you play this game at the higher levels, it's not so much about talent. It's about mental toughness. It's about film study. It's about the weight room. Tell us about the mental preparation side of your game.
Um, I think it is a very strong aspect. I've always been taught since I started playing football that once you get to that top level, if you truly want to increase yourself, it's all mental. You got to be ready for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then tell these coaches, are you a big weight room guy? You like working out in the weight room?
Yes, I do. We go in the weight room every single day at Dripping Springs, and we get to go after it.
Okay. You're putting a lot of work in for your sophomore season. Tell us from a stat perspective, what are your goals stats wise that you want to put up next year as far as maybe receptions, yards, and TD catches?
Definitely, I'm really wanting to have over at least 13, 14 touchdown catches. And that the yards and the receptions kind of come with that.
Yeah. Tell us about the goals you have for yourself as a tight end when it comes to blocking.
Um, Blocking wise, I feel like that's a part of my game that I need to elevate a little bit more. I think I'm good at it, but you can never be satisfied with blocking. It's a huge deal, and I feel like this next year you're really going to see me be able to get under the shoulder pads and block the guys.
Okay. Kind of a trick question here, but when I coach in college, I always ask this question: are you a tight end, inside receiver, or are you a football player?
Football player, always.
You play on both sides, and you mentioned playing out a little bit outside linebacker. I mean, you mean so you're open to playing any position as long as they're paying for your education, huh?
Absolutely.
Great, I love hearing that. You definitely understand that. One of the things we talked about, Rio, as we finish up here, is the elevator pitch. Take this next 30 seconds and look at the camera and tell these coaches why they should recruit you and what you're going to bring to their program.
Why I think you should recruit me is I'm going to be a hands-on student athlete. I will come every single day into practice and give it my all, and show you that on Saturdays that I am one of the best players you can have.
Okay. And then what about academically and just being part of the community of that college? What are you going to bring there?
Academically, I'm planning on I'm going to be very much focused on my sports medicine and be in the classroom every single day, getting all my work done.
Okay, good stuff. Well, I know you enjoy your time down in Naples here, and I know the next goal for you is to get that invite to National Combine. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on you. Keep working hard with Coach Chooks. Let's see you get better here this spring. And so I meant to ask you before we finish up, 7-on-7, are you playing with a 7-on-7 club team right now, and who is that?
Yes, I'm playing with Chook Speed this year.
Okay, good stuff. And now you guys have probably played a couple tournaments now. How's the season going so far?
We actually haven't played. We are playing this next weekend, and then from then on.
Oh, okay, good stuff. Well, I'll definitely keep an eye on you from there. And once again, I appreciate your time. Tell your family I said hello, and I know we'll be seeing each other pretty soon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Rio.